what their boy is missing.
All right, we are live now. 666.
Hi, internet.
Oh, howdy. Okay, so the first thing I want to give you props for, this movement is blowing my mind. The platform pressure with your up airs and your bacon.
That is something.
It's really good at like keeping him stuck here, right?
Yeah. I wanted to say this is 3.6.
Yeah, I noticed when you bucket broke, but it took me a minute because like, wait a minute, was 9 supposed to kill there? And then the bucket break is like, yeah, there it is. So yeah, here as you get him up on the platform here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also with a bear, that's a really safe bear to do at that distance because he doesn't have that requisite area to start running, so he only has like falcon drift, which is good, but like here, if the blue is where he can get in a short hop with drift, with the dash he can get like over here. So when he can only occupy the space between you and blue, your bear
Out of a non-dash, he can really go that far.
out of a very short dash, he can get purple.
I see.
He probably go a little farther out of a non-dash, but he can't like just plow into you near as effectively. So maybe like to here with a non-dash.
Yeah, that's what. Out of a out of a full dash, yeah, I would expect that. But yeah, in that specific place, I would imagine blue makes more sense.
Yeah,
and that's where up tilt comes into play.
Right, you got up tilt frames, you got your back air frames. Like you as Game & Watch, you have a ton of things to just put in his way that he has to deal with.
Yes.
So when he doesn't have the momentum, because that's one of the ways he'll beat that is with either his speed, like left righting and grabbing or like pressuring you after the bear misses or the up tilt misses, or he'll just plow into you with his speed and hit you before the moves come out with nair, with up air, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go back a little bit and play this on screen.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
So when you kind of get this awkward, like, okay, he's...
Yeah, those bacon bat words were missing.
Yeah, but once he gets that kind of bad up air hitbox, he ends up kind of like off stage over here, so he can't get running momentum, and he has to turn around. So he either goes down here, goes to ledge, or he goes back up here. And both your back air covers the jump, and you can't really cover the ledge anyway. So that was a good option. It gets you up here. And this is really good, like looped pressure.
Yeah, it's kind of practiced.
Yeah, it shows. Because you put him in this position where, especially if he's shielding.
I messed up.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I wanted you to see. I wanted that to work.
It's all good. But that puts him in that situation where if he shields, he's just still in the same position. He has to wait for you to miss the up air slightly. Or like he has to take a moderately big chance. Because fast faller at 90, that's a bad spot. Even floaties, that's a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, I agree.
So I wanted to call that out. That's like you said, that's very practiced. It shows. That's a really like high reward, low risk option.
Up air is like no angle lag and it's frame 3.
Does it have the landing hitbox in 3.6?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was a P plus specific thing, if that was a 3.6 specific thing.
It's still in 3.6. It is not in P plus.
Gotcha.
It was removed in 1.05.
1.05. Okay. Oh god, there's like 3 of these in this set.
Yeah. Like the first 2 games were a shit show.
It was a little wild.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hell yeah. On the topic of your kind of like up air beer versus bacon being really practiced, that is kind of, there's not a lot of moments in this set where he hits you for it, but it does kind of bite you in the butt because there's a lot of times you will go off, and then when you're running off stage in this direction, right, with the battlefield plats, your only real thing you're going to do is beer versus bacon. Because if you go off stage, it's like, okay, Falcon will get all the stage now for free, and you can't hit him. So because when you're running off in this to the right here, off stage, the beer versus bacon is very predictable because there's nothing else you can feasibly threaten. And he gets you, I don't have the timestamp, but he gets you at least once pretty hard for that.
Yeah, that's like a habit I have. Just like I want to press button, it feels correct, and but I also like have no real clue of like how to get out um, of like meaty. You know, like he has me on a platform, and like I try like same situation like on the other way around. Like when I missed like I missed the tech on a platform, and like he's gonna hit me with like a meaty up air. I like try to get away from that situation as fast as I can. So I don't shield. That's like a really bad habit.
Yeah, shielding the plot gives you a ton of options here too. It's not a bad thing. Like you said, up air is frame 3, so he has to hit you with like the tips of his legs. If he hits you too high, I can't draw an upside down person. I'm not even gonna try. If he hits you too high, then you can just direct punish him. Up B out of shield if he tries to go like full hop. And even if you're in shield,
I don't think he'd ever do that against Game and Watch.
right? Because of the character.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to think about that option at all.
Yeah, it's like I can like do it on reaction. That is like one of the that deserved a nerf in P plus, and they didn't nerf it. I'm not.
So on the topic of kind of like, I know you want to get off the platform, but going like here is a little predictable since it's your only option. What you can do, and it involves hitting even more buttons, is shield drop B reverse. Ooh. Or I mean, just drop B reverse in general. But
why would you like you have no momentum from a shield drop? Like,
exactly. It lets you. So here on blue, if you're running off and B reversing, you end up at like this more or less the same spot either every time. You have a very limited control based on fast fall timing. You don't go that far. Based on fast fall timing.
It's like on that boulder.
Yeah, so you're going to end up in more or less the same spot, but shield drop, you can run first. It kills your momentum. So you could go here and be reverse. You could go front facing, and you don't have to be reverse at all. You still have your drift for a little bit of leeway here.
Yeah.
It gives you, even it's not the end all be all, but it gives you more options to get off this plat that are a little easier to intercept. Or a little more difficult to intercept. Here, let me get let's say green is Falcon coming in, right? Mm-hmm. If he thinks you're going to be here, then he just has to time the aerial for that. But if you end up on the left over here...
Yeah, I won all stage.
Right, then maybe you can react and be reversed to pressure him in the corner now. Or even if you don't, you're in center stage, he's Falcon without a ton of room to run around. You get into that same situation where your Bayer, your up tilt, your F tilt become really good walling tools.
Yeah, and if like I read him there, like pan slam is a stock.
Yeah, that's true.
Makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so when you have more control of your character here, it's going to be easier to get off the plat because he'll have to undershoot sometimes. So here, let's say you pick this option, right? Let's say you pick the same B reverse option, but you've shown that you're willing to like run up shield drop. Now he's up airing here, and you can now he's in the position you want him in, where he's dealing with bacon. You've just B reversed. You can probably get a down tilt or something. Like you can run your game. You have that bacon out. You can force your way out of the corner a little easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just never thought of that option. That makes a lot of sense.
It doesn't have to be a great option. It doesn't have to be the best option, but having that extra option...
No, like having like another tool is obviously a plus.
Right. Okay, so that was the plot stuff. There's a few... You know this, but there's a few bears in here where you just... On shield, you just don't... Like, you just get way too close.
Yeah, I tried like cross up, but it was he like backdashed immediately. Like he like backdash shield, and my cross up didn't work.
Yeah, especially if he's still front facing, because then he gets the shield grab as the possible punish, and it becomes a messy situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. That I know.
Okay, here's another good news.
Yeah, we talked about the set like right after we did it, and yeah, that was one of the things that it was yeah, like we both agreed like yeah, I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be putting myself in danger.
Yeah, because you got like 6-7 hits to react and at least start drifting away. So for characters like Falcon grab range, you can probably get away if you react in time. If it's like Marth, then or DDD, then it's going to happen sometimes. But against characters that don't have that luxury, of that big grab range with shield grab, you can try to stay a little safer. That's one less, especially for Falcon grab. That's one less opening. Speaking of one less opening, you don't CC this jab combo very much.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's something you can just kind of like be doing.
Could I at 110?
You could at least get knocked down. Trucker Hat misses a fair number of these openings, but more experienced. I say more experienced. People who play primarily Falcon will miss less of these because this sends you the jab combo sends you like right here, where he can get running up air at like medium percents to knee. He can get just like running knee.
Traditionally, what I try to do when I get Falcon jabbed is ASDI in, like not in but like the furthest I can possible.
Yeah, like through him.
I get hit, but like I'm fine. I'm game to watch. I don't think I'll be like if he tries to edge guard me, it's more like him getting a correct read instead of playing an Oki game. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah. I think
it's not terrible. I think getting knocked down against Falcon is a lot more scary. But
I think there are some percents. Most percents I agree with you. Like at 20, for instance, let's say like low medium percent. But if there's percent up air might kill you. This would be hard to hit.
I really don't think you can reach.
Yeah, it'd be iffy. But
if I drift down in forward air, I think I'll reach him first. Yeah.
Yeah, it's iffy. I still think against Falcon with Falcon edge guards, I think you're probably making the right call here. But I think, and we can see more in the Ganon set.
And now I think he lost his double jump for up, so a B footstool is, I think, and that should have been a footstool.
No, he had his jump there. You didn't hit him out of his jump. Yeah.
Okay.
He just. Yeah, there he jumps into your up B.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a fair point. Of the chance of him getting that is a lot lower. I don't think he can be fast enough to really threaten that super hard. If you're going to I guess hard away. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Net boy. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's like a hard line to draw because I'm trying to think of how you can get around. Because Stacey's a really good option to get around this nair, because he'll have to take the slower move.
I think wave dash back up tilt is like on the back hitbox. I think it's the best because
absolutely
Falcon like spreads the fuck out. Like you probably know this. You used to play Falcon. But like he like his foot like reaches very far.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think up tilt covers it very well. All of the angles he has. Which I think is like the scariest part of Captain Falcon is just all the angles he can come in.
Yeah, but you're not always going to have the option to do that sometimes, because that requires.
But it is a read, and usually it involves a bacon, so he's scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
I
don't want to interrupt you.
You're good. I like having these conversations. My kind of overall point was because, especially at lowest percent, ASDI down and then CC give you that option of like, oh, he jumped over F tilt, or he jumped over down tilt, or oh, I up tilted too early. You can at least be ready for it. I know here you jump at him. You're airborne for this, so this exact instance isn't a good example, but for the most part.
Wait, can you go back to see what happened?
Yeah, you're jumping front facing. I'm assuming it was bacon. So it's here. There, that's the bear. And then you get back on stage. Get bear. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, so this was bacon.
I didn't expect him to do that. He read me.
So for this specific instance, you're getting hit by nair. That's why I'm bringing it up. But this is not an instance where you could easily CC it.
Close, I think you're like it. I kind of have to read it. From other points, I can just kind of throw it in neutral and not get punished for it.
Right.
But yeah, you're right there.
But just being able to ASDI down your grounded options in case you're wrong is really powerful.
Yeah.
Because your jab is really good. It puts him in that really weird spot because it just never ends until he shield DIs away or rolls or something.
Mm-hmm.
Your down tilt is really threatening,
I agree.
especially against fast fallers. So it puts him in this position where, like, oh, Game & Watch is
And if he
actionable.
ASCI down, I can jab him. He's put into knockdown, and it's a grab, and a grab at low percent is a chain grab, still 50%.
Right. So it puts him in this really.
I know not enough.
He doesn't want to be point blank against you, which is kind of unique for Falcon because usually his grab is so threatening. But in this matchup, your grab is equally threatening, and you have faster and better options that'll beat. With more active frames. So when you CC, especially, I'm using Nair as the primary example because you're not going to be able to really CC knee or stomp. When you CC Nair, he's coming in, right? And then especially if you CC the first hit, you can Game & Watch can probably true crouch an early Nair for second hit. I don't think it would go quite all the way to the bottom if he's not fast falling it great. But even if it's the second hit, you being in this position where y'all are right here next to each other, that's good for you. Because you have multiple options that lead to good things. Whereas Falcon, his CC down tilt isn't really great. His jab might whiff on your crouching, and it gets CC'd even if it hits you. So he has to kind of grab you or leave, which is not shield. So he's either going to be moving back here, maybe going up for a stomp if he expects a down tilt, or just grabbing you. That last one's awful to see. Or just grabbing you directly. But he needs momentum for that because his actual grab range is not. He doesn't lean forward. So there's this really awkward spot where, let's say this is Falcon, right?
Yeah.
This is his shield grab range, and if you're right outside of it, then you still have your jab. You still have your jab threat. You still have the down tilt threat. And he can't affect you here. Like, the fastest thing I think he can hit you with is, like, Nair out of shield, like rising Nair. But especially if you're CCing or down tilting, that's not a factor because it's just going to go over you.
How fast is up B?
His up B, maybe like frame 9 or 10.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the horizontal range on. I know Ganon's is kind of wild, but I don't know Falcon's.
I get grabbed by that a lot. By DNL, not by.
I think the risk on his up B is pretty bad though. That's not going to be that's going to be an option that the Falcon will go to like get you scared of the situation. They can't rely on it. Because like you said, down tilt is at worst a tech chase, up throw is a chain grab, and there's a lot of, and if they edge cancel it, then they can't shield, so that's up air, like it's not a good position for them to be in even with plats. Okay. So yeah, that's basically that puts you in a really good position.
Yeah.
Because even though Falcon's scary when he approaches you, if he's point blank without momentum, he can't really do a ton to you. His main option is like shield grab or like if you're tall, out of shield nair or something. Trucker.
I definitely called him a dumbass after that.
Okay, there we go.
This was a message. I hate this stage with all my might.
Yeah, I noticed you reacted super strongly. Okay, there's a good example of like at low mid percents, CCing that jab combo keeps him from getting this aerial threat. He doesn't hit it here, but like when you're in this position right off the ground. So let's see, here's the. Well, you see the ground. What am I saying? It's on the screen. So when you're like right off the ground here, Thayer might not have enough time to come out. Up air is only directly above you. Like it's not a great like combo breaker move. You're in this awkward position where Falcon can try, and other characters too, can try to get these like extensions that aren't really true, but will hit you before you land anyway. Or they can threaten the landing mix-up, where if you decide to land, or even wave land, like you still have to get away. So CC is really good at preventing that awkward, like, I'm 3 feet off the ground, what do I do? My Thair's not going to hit. Up air's not going to hit unless they just miss anyway. Do I wave land? Like, it keeps you in your more actionable state. And then, especially with Game & Watch down tilt, that's a really big, like, kind of just check on what they can do at low percents, they have to play around CC down tilt. So even if you only, let's say you hit CC down tilt on his jab combo at early percent twice, he's going to stop doing jab combo at early percent, which means you don't have to worry about it. Especially because CC is a reactionary thing you can do. You don't have to go out of your way to CC at a low percent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something you can just kind of like be keying in. Like if you're doing something on the ground, that's a big benefit of staying on the ground in a lot of matchups too, is that you have access to CC at that percent.
And like shield and like other defensive mechanics that, like on the air, like it's all like you're kind of like weighing on in. And OS you're like Oreo.
Right. Most characters don't have the aerial drift to be threatening, like the same way they are on the ground. Because also most characters don't even have a command grab in the air. So the pressure would be like, for Game & Watch, pan on shield is plus, and then it's that position where Falcon has a bad time, but at that point, that's respecting you so much that they've already made a decision. And they don't, because shield will beat everything you do, it'll put them in a bad spot, sure, but they can avoid getting hit. Whereas if you're running at them, even if Game & Watch's run speed isn't great, it's better than his aerial drift. They have to take an action, they have to decide faster. Like the amount of time they have is less if you're just running. And then you also, because of the way dashing works, you also have the dash dance option. Whereas if let's take a character without great drift, once they see you drifting towards them, they know you can't like just turn the other way without B reversing. And at that point, so what? You B reverse bacon the wrong way. Sure, cool.
I don't really what's the word, tomahawk a lot. I haven't put it in my brain yet, and it's an option I need to start doing. Mm-hmm. But I do a lot of like, I'm gonna go in and like B reverse bacon back air or I up tilt. Just because I'm scared of like of them reacting, of them like
seeing that you're jumping at them and hitting you.
Yeah, exactly. Like where it's like position where I'm like pseudo safe. I think you've probably noticed that.
Yeah. Then the good news is they're more afraid of you jumping at them if let's say they're in shield, right? They see it kind of late. They've decided to not move. They're more afraid of what you can do than you're afraid of what they can do, barring a few exceptions, like maybe like 80% Falcon down throw, right?
Yeah.
Because even on floaties, up throw is solid, down throw is a tech chase. Jab and down tilt are very strong close range moves. Like they are the defenders.
How does he tech chase me on game? How does he tech chase Game & Watch?
Game & Watch down throw is a tech chase across the cast.
Oh, okay.
And Game & Watch up throw is a combo through even on floaties, depending on percent. Like it's not like if let's take if I'm Puff, right, and Marth is like threatening me.
Forward throw is the best one. In P+ it doesn't work, but in 3.6 it's by far the best way.
Gotcha.
Because it like on certain percents, like it's GG. You can react to the AI, and I have the matchup on like by far I know the most is Lucas, and then it's Squirtle. Squirtle at 50% is dead on a grab.
Just the tech chases.
No. Yeah, that you can do that with like if you want to, but on F throw I can react with both the eyes of the forward throw. On in it's neutral air, on fair on away it's forward throw. Yeah, it's forward. You can't do anything. He's dead.
Oh no, that's really sad. I wish I didn't know that, Glenn. Why'd you have to tell me?
Don't worry, it's fun and be blessed. That's
cursed knowledge. But regardless, yeah, the scarier you're, especially with how practiced and good you are with the B reverse bacon, with kind of like pressuring them in shield with the B reverse with the back airs, they're gonna have to deal with it, or they're gonna have to take increasingly risky ways to get out of the situation. So you being able to just you've won the respect, right? You've earned the fear. So you can just cash in sometimes, and that'll make your B reverse bacon, that'll make the back airs, that'll make those hit more often too.
Yeah.
Okay. That's. Oh no, Trucker's good, but there are some things that are like he does not
No,
normally play Falcon.
we talked about this. Just stop being a goon. He stopped being a goon
Stop
at
being
game
a goon. Oh.
Pop off. A bee.
Oh my! Disgusting. That up tilt. There are no recovery frames. It's just -1. How dare you? I like your movement there. Once he gets out of the bear, you just kind of you be reverse for the movement, and then
that was hilarious. I should have.
Oh, forgot the sticky walk. Sticky walking is so cool.
I agree. Probably should have been faster.
Yeah, that's a good example of the back air though, where you drift in a little too much.
Yeah, I see that.
I like the reaction that he rolled to the left, and then so that you be reversed it.
Yeah, and CRT I would have probably caught in. Sure, bro.
It was a tech in place read, but we take those.
It was a get up attack read because it covers neutral get up and get up attack because it's
Does it beat up?
it's invincible. A beast invincible during 4 frames.
God dang it. That's so absurd.
I see you love my character.
I like playing against Game & Watch, but man, some of these factoids I could live without. I could live in a world where that isn't true. Oh, active frames.
That bear extended that beacon extended hitbox.
Here's another example of the jab combo like leading. Is it next stock then? No, here. Like even if it's not leading to a kill, that could have been a knee.
I'm airborne here.
You're airborne on the jab combo here. I don't.
Yeah, I think I couldn't. Oh no!
Because you held up or in. There between the 3 hits, there was enough to ASDI down there.
Yeah. You were like it was like I think I was airborne and hit 3 hits 2 and 1 or yeah exactly 3.
Yeah, by hit 3 you have to take it.
Trucker. Hope he's watching.
Yeah, you gotta. You just gotta.
I wanted him to think that I do the jank down throw there.
Sometimes you gotta go for the 1 and 9. Just for the message.
Oh, they're later. The 1 and 9 is there. I don't know if it's in the DNL set. It's like, I get enough.
Yeah, and it's like it barely kills on FOD at like 40 some odd too because Ganon's heavy and high ceiling. That's what like wait a minute, this wouldn't have killed in P+, would it?
I switched to Zero Suit because of those things.
Gosh, even on shield, that's such a win because now, yeah, it doesn't work out here, but that Dacus, his shield is really low now.
No, here I'm positive. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so and also the pushback, even if you're negative, it's not significant.
Yeah, like I don't like even with his drift, I don't think it's can't catch me.
So
I'll usually like backdash there because I'm a scary cat.
Right. Because without that running start, he doesn't have the capacity to like catch your backdash there. But I like the idea of pressuring his shield more here. I just think that
it's too close. I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I cringed inside.
This is like what you end with. When you
yeah.
Like so maybe you hit him 1 or 2 more times once you either think he's going to move based on a read or just the fact that his shield is like a skittle. Yeah. You can the
Amelia Iron Savior. I play Strife.
Hell yeah. Strife is fun.
Yeah, it is.
But it's that same kind of thing. You know, once that risk gauge turns from like yellow to like orange and it's about to hit red, that's when they're most likely to press. It's actually even more pronounced in Smash because it's not that they'll get hit harder, it's that they will get hit. Like, this will become unblockable eventually, right? This will become a shield break eventually.
Yes.
And it only takes like 3-4 seconds of shielding without getting hit to break shield. So it's a...
Yeah, like, I realistically, this like should have been double jab and see what he does. I don't think I could have pressured with anything else at this point, or maybe no, because I'm in the ground. No, I think it was I should just space this down till better.
Yeah, I mean, he also, I remember right, he ran up shield this, so this is not, it's not like it's just a mistake you made, but it's an interaction that the two of you had. Oh no, he did after, I see. He did it after the knee. So yeah, this is something you could have spaced it better, or you could have jabbed, and it just didn't work out this time. I'm amazed that hit your jab too.
That should have been nuts. Hand slide back is the thing.
Yeah, it's a movement thing. I'm surprised that hit. Dang. Yeah, that's a really good example of the kind of pressure you get with your pan movement. It's really solid. Like when trucker shield, it looks like it's a really hard place to get out of. Like tomahawk up tilt.
Like I'm kind of working on like making it so it's kind of unblockable. This is like one of the things that I'm most working on lately, like in training mode stuff. I'm a lab rat. Ah, how did that? Wow, I did not expect on SBIN.
Gotcha. Yeah, but see, this is an example of like just sometimes CCing it, even if the knockdown, you're not at high enough percent yet to where he could have hit that knee, and that would have been stock. Like it's a scary, fair. It's a scarier position than it needs to be.
Reverse fair is sick. I love it.
Let alone the punish opportunity you get off of CC as opposed to like getting hit.
Oh. This might hurt. Hell no. This is baloney.
You know he was really trying to get the jab combo because he got the rapid jab before he noticed. Yeah, that's just invincible up air, but now you're closer.
Still have my double jump. And I think I should. I don't know if you agree with this, but like after, like before I did the, before I'm doing this water review with you, I did it with Trucker, and if you think, he said I should be sweet spotting ledge more, because it gets.
Yeah, the active hitbox makes it hard.
Up air there is kind of scaring me.
Yeah, I think it's especially something that comes up in the game, at least the game one of the Ganon set.
Yes.
And I saw that once he hits your recovery with down angle forward tilt once. I assume that that's not a thing he can consistently do if you sweet spot. Because Game & Watch sweet spot is kind of bonkers.
Probably not. Yeah, after the jump, yes. He tried to put me there. I know it.
Hey, it's a fun technique.
No, but it's like optimal. He has combos out of that. That was mentioned.
I just want to try to get to that frame. There's no frame by frame in Twitch VODs, but I just want to see the before.
Dude.
My dude hits you with his inner thigh. Like, all the way up there. Gosh. But, yeah, if you go for that low sweet spot when you still have double jump, it's a lot of, like... You'll hear a lot of grumbling, and you'll hear a lot of people getting off ledge.
How did... I think I just turned off my brain after that down smash hit me, because that should have definitely been a break.
Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, bucket break, too.
No, like, I'm stuck. Rolling.
Also, something... You don't want to... This is Falcon specific for the most part. You don't want to DI these away just because, like... He has the speed to just keep doing them until you die. It's really fun.
I mean, but on DI in, same thing, right? Just get hit more.
Yeah, but you don't die. So, like...
Okay, I get hit by four knees instead of 3.
Yeah, no, but it is a difference. I promise. Here, let me explain.
Okay.
So here...
I'll trust you.
Yeah, so when you do this, you get hit by the knee here. It's a lot about positioning, too. When you get hit by the knee here at 65 after the hit, you die. But if you... Let me clear this. But if you get hit by the knee... Well, actually, that was a good... I can use it when you're on the angel plat to demonstrate. Because the thing is really high. The camera. Alright, so... If you get hit here at 65 by knee, you die. Right? So 65. What about if you DI up... And let's say you get hit by knee here at 80, you live.
I think I get it.
Like, Falcon can chase you horizontally. He cannot chase you vertically super long. He can definitely chase you vertically, but not like
I thought you were,
up here.
You you were telling me to like shoot it, and it's like okay, I get hit more.
I kind of am. Like I'm like when you get hit by the knee.
I am getting hit more, but like there's a reason why I'm getting hit more.
Right, because it's the lesser of two evils. Because this is a skull and crossbones. I can't do that. This is dead.
Don't worry about it.
Whereas this is like annoyed, but like alive.
Yeah, I'll take the meh.
Yeah, take the meh. Especially against Falcon, it's still a meh because he can grab you and just kill you. That's approaching the point where getting hit by stuff will just kill you, but it's better than like explicitly being dead.
And then Falcon Sharking comes into play.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to shark you if you don't have a stock left.
No, I know. Like there's I was just talking about, but like it's livable, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why I'm Game & Watch, and I'm not terrible at landing.
Yeah, you have. It's that kind. The idea is either offensively or defensively. If you're comboing somebody, that's why chain grabs are good. You want to give them the fewest chances to escape.
Exactly.
And if you're getting hit, you want the most chances to escape. Or at the very least, you want to make them work for it the most. If you want to think of it that way. So if you're up here, you get sent over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you have options to ledge, you have options to push on stage, you have options to like drop low, up B, double jump. He can still kill you, of course, but he has to be right again. So if you can maximize your stocks by basically going like, okay, I'm gonna get hit by knee on this down air knee. If only on the second one, I can at least DI in. And hell, he might, depending on the specifics, with these plats here, he might be able to like chase you higher, but it's still something else you can do, especially with SDI, where even getting hit gives you more windows of difficulty, windows of escape. Even if SDI doesn't get you out of the knees, maybe it means you get hit here instead of here, which, especially with knee in this matchup,
maybe he can't even reach. Like, no, I'm thinking like if what do you think about try to at low percents? Yeah, I agree with like the ASDI, but at high percent of the to try to SDI out of like the last hit and like do it in, so he has to like pivot and then hit me.
Yeah, anything you can do to make it harder.
Yeah, it is like an execution test.
Yeah, it's also even if it's not a hard thing that they have to do. Like a good example, Mewtwo hover bears, right? It sounds suicidal. One of the easiest ways to get out of them, like the offstage, bear hover, bear. So we go to the blast zone, is to go down.
Down and back.
Yeah, just because
that's what I do against Santi.
Yeah,
he never edge guards me anymore.
Because you can cover this with hover, but you either have to expect it or to be really ready for it, like for when it does happen. It's much harder. So
at that point, he either has to drop the hover, because like Mewtwo can't reach there.
Right. His air excel is really low, so he can't go down quickly. He has to fast fall, which at that point means there's only one left and there's no DI mix-up anymore.
Yep.
Same kind of thing with you're still in a bad position here, but you're not in the blast zone. You're alive, and especially as Game & Watch, you have tons of options to come back between your hitbox and the up B, between your double jump, between your active frames once you get them out. So Game & Watch can benefit a lot from okay, I may be in this awful position, in this corner, but I'm not off screen. I'm not in the blast zone dead coming down off the plat. Because you can, all the things you can do. The sunlight rays. You can come down any number of ways. But yeah, that's just kind of a new perspective to kind of think about some of these things from. Because you're already doing it against Mewtwo. It doesn't have to be a Mewtwo-specific idea.
Yeah. Why? It's a complete brain fart.
Yeah, I think this.
I did effective bite down smash. I was like, there you can't see my face, but I was still bitching about.
That's fair, frankly. I think the CC on the knee is also you don't know that he's kneeing, because that could also be an up air where CC would get you out of the combo. So that's not a.
Did I miss tech two knees?
No, you missed tech one. You don't have. You only have one chance to tech here because he hits you before the off.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He hits you off stage in 2 hits from under the right platform. Like, gosh. Yeah, so this one you missed the tech, and then he hits you here.
No, I missed twice. I could have SDI'd the first one and Umstick.
Yeah,
Is it hard?
you could have done that. Yeah, but especially when it's the first hit in like a weird situation. In a perfect world, you can do that, but like people miss DI on down tilts all the time because you can't react to it.
Yeah.
So.
Might not read it. It's just like they forgot.
Yeah. What is this control schemes? L special?
He uses a box.
Oh, that's right. I thought that was just Santi.
No, Santi doesn't use a box.
Wait, Santi doesn't use a box?
No, he uses a controller and he hates life.
I could have
He
sworn.
hates using the controller.
Am I confusing it with someone else? I thought somebody.
No, he just lent it to like Chucker just lent. No, my best friend Matatoros, he used to play PM and he bought a box, and he lent it to Santi for some time.
Okay, yeah, because he calls it hover install, the thing where you instant double jump or something and keep hover. But he had mentioned that on box it's consistent or something.
Hedge hover.
Hedge hover. I think that's it.
No, hedge hop, hodge hop.
It's some combination of the words hedge, hover, and hop.
I agree with this.
I think was hover install something else? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's. Oh wait, is it like the cheating Mewtwo thing that he did of 3.5? It might be that.
It was in 3.6 or later, but regardless, it was some I remember him Santi plays on box in my head because he had mentioned on box is consistent or something, but gotcha. Anyway, okay, so we're going to Battlefield.
Base.
God, base is a word. Okay, that's another example of you have plenty of time to.
That was the I liked his DI mix up there. That was really smart. On that with that weird thing. He caught me.
Yeah, but again, it's a better situation than DIing the knee away there. If there was a knee, DIing the knee away. Oh, no jump.
Enchant did not have to jump. Again, yep.
Yeah, it's there are going to be some times where it's ooh, that was a good CC to slide off.
On which one?
Here you go for this up air. You might be buffering a down tilt or something, but you get this really good slide off. Oh, wave dash. You stay actionable for a very long time there, as opposed to the up air sending you into that right above the ground, really awkward position.
I don't think down tilt would have came out right because I was almost gonna fall off.
Yeah, I was saying that I wasn't sure why you were CCing here, but it was the end of the wave dash. But because you get hit by this, you're immediately actionable once you slide off. Versus being right above the platform and then having that how do I land on the plat? Do I jump to the top plat against Falcon, who can shark really well?
Slide off is so cool. Oh wait, is this the funny? Yeah, it's the funny one.
It's the grab armor.
Did you see what happened?
You grab armor to shield drop up air?
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's my least favorite mechanic in LPM.
I don't love it, but the fact that it's one of those things that we can't really fix makes me it's not as annoying anymore. Because it wasn't a decision, it was just we can't really change it.
Yeah.
I see what you mean about the ASDI'd in. I think in this situation where you'd be really cornered if you just CC'd, I think it's a good option to have.
There I made I didn't get off I could have died, as you said.
Right. You still could have died off the tech chase, but especially going to that top plat here, you make it really weird. He has to hit you with the up air or to commit to the tech chase, and if he tries to get the dare,
an advantage, which is not a combo.
Yeah, exactly. Especially against Game Watch, where once you commit to your option, you have it's hard to directly beat. They have to go around your down air or your forward air. Yeah, even there.
That's what he gets. That's what
Was he trying to footstool? What is the move here?
No. He was tongue canceling you.
No, I know here, but why did they go off stage?
Oh no, yeah, he might have.
Oh, this was fair.
It's an E.
Man, the risk reward on that is definitely. That feels yeah. Like going off stage to zeros Falcon's already a difficult thing to swing sometimes.
That is most definitely not true.
I read a difficult thing to swing, but if you ever get, especially with how Game of 1 and 2 went, if you get clips.
I was talking about the combo, like the back.
Oh.
The back air.
Gotcha.
The back air grab. Like that was some baloney.
Was a back air into grab back here.
I didn't even remember what you said.
I was saying like going off stage as Falcon at zero is like a risky option. I heard that is not true. Like what? Yeah, that is him just not jumping out of that. But the good news is that's probably a decision because if he jumps out and you up air, he's Falcon with no jump on battlefield. The ground is a fever dream at that point. He's never seeing the ground again. He's never touching grass. He's never gonna make it to the lawn.
Get off my lawn.
I don't know you. God, King of the Hill is too accurate. Like I'm not. It's not even annoying how much of the stereotype it is, but it's just that's just what is it? Is it Arlen, Texas, or Arlington? I forget where, but that's just Texas.
I'm European. I don't know.
It's Texas. So here's another example of like that angle thing. When you go here, he doesn't have to think about where you are. He just think about like, oh, what move do I use? Where do I time it? Or he has to think about timing and move choice, not like space, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So he doesn't have to think, oh, where is Glenn going to be? He just goes, oh, Glenn's going to that spot that Glenn always goes here.
Yep.
And it's a good option, but you got to have one or two more tricks to make him hesitate.
Because a B is not a good idea. Oh no, Luis.
Oh, you jumped ever so slightly too early. You got pineappled. I know that's a weird move that doesn't come up much, but whenever you shield that's a shield grab for free.
No, I know. That was I got startled, I guess. That should be shield grab.
Yeah, and that's not like the biggest deal. It's just something that I wanted to make sure you knew. I figure with how much you play Trucker, you probably do, but
I play him less than I would want to because now he lives in the Netherlands and it's so harder.
Oh, he's not in Spain anymore?
No, he's been on his masters for just like bachelor's. I think that's how you call it in the U.S. And he's doing it in the Netherlands.
Oh, good for him! That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's something that I'm always really jealous of Europeans in Europe about is that you can just go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, Europe is broken.
Like if I don't like something in the U.S., I just deal with it. Like I just don't have that option. It's like maybe Virginia's marginally better, but like, that's something that is very not always useful. But when it is, it's the biggest brain thing in the world. Is side B? Side B basically like leans you back. So if you B reverse it,
I was talking about, and I think this is what I'm saying. It's like I hate when Ganon and Falcon just stretch the fuck out like on the behind, and I have like that's it, hitting them like in the face isn't an option because there's like the hurt box have shifted at that point.
Right. You have to kind of take that risk.
Yes.
There's another example of the jab combo, where it's like if you CC this, or if you ASDI through.
Bad DI.
Yeah. For jab 3, it's kind of like that's something you could feasibly like be doing consistently on jab 3 because it's not like a move in neutral. Why is he? I guess he's expecting up B, but
A B is scary at 117.
That's true. Yeah, if you B reverse the up B, you get like fair probably, or it's a bad position. Gosh, the frames.
Your favorite move?
Hey, forward smash is a good option. I will not tolerate any slander of the C stick on my stream.
So defensive.
It's habit. Old habits die hard. People give me shit for that for years, and then all it takes is one set where you beat Sosa with forward smash, and all of a sudden everyone's your friend. Nobody actually gave me shit for it. I am entirely exaggerating it for. Okay, humor is a little bit of a implies that it's funny, but
I think it's funny. Like the situation.
God. I love this pressure. Like, I really just want to stress how
no one does it. That's
yeah,
the Game & Watch works on this shit.
And it's like
It pisses me off.
it makes it so hard to shield drop.
Yeah.
Because
you never have a chance.
You either are CCing.
I can react with up B.
Yeah, you're either CCing the bacon or you're in shield already, and there's an up air right behind the bacon, possibly. Like, it covers the tech option. Not great, but like it does hit them. You know.
It's not super consistent because I think you know that like all bacons are like random.
Yeah.
Even when you angle them, like you have to.
The most technical way to not bucket break. Okay, so here you go for. I like the tomahawk you go for here, but you kind of like wait a little too long, and Trucker Hat sniffs it out.
I remember that. Like I was scared. Like I was like, can I do it now? Because I'm like, as I was saying, like as I told you before, I'm trying to implement tomahawk into my gameplay. I have never like I've been playing for 4 years and I have never tomahawked like for real, and I'm trying to put it in my brain. So it's kind of wonky.
I feel you on that. It's also something I barely do. And I guess in my defense, hover and air is the shield, the move that gets around shield, but like sometimes up throw good. But yeah, I think you don't need to B reverse this. You can just like fast fall and grab.
Yeah.
You give him a little bit too much time and like too much stimulus to react to, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That makes no sense. Forward tilt? No.
Yeah, I like that you're going off stage for the edge guards, but for Falcon specific, good CC. Just even CCing just stay actionable is really good. But yeah, going off stage for the edge guards when Falcon still has the side B option, you can kind of just like wait because I don't think he can sweet spot past your moves. I'm not 100% though, and you probably know the matchup better than me. But it's just something to kind of be aware of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Trucker's also in these. I think last game as well. He had a moment where he just like explicitly crouched and waited for a little bit. And for example, for back air, you can still back air them if they're doing that. You just need to kind of like recognize and like drift away, and be ready for the like immediate follow up. That must have been up B, right?
I think it was footstool.
Maybe footstool Falcon punch, just some cheesy stuff.
No, not footstool Falcon. Like I think he pressed the wrong button.
Oh yeah, on box that would I was thinking how would you get to that button, but yeah, on box they're just all buttons. They're not like unique buttons. I did not know Jab 3 had a weak hit. That blew my mind when I saw this.
What do you mean Jab 3?
That did 6% and sent you nowhere.
Yeah.
His Jab 3 has a weak hit.
I don't think Falcon Jab is very good. Like I really don't think that. Like it's not even fast. I don't know.
My standards for a good jab is anything frame 7 or faster. So it's amazing. Y'all have great jabs.
Frame 3 gang? Oh, for Ziasa it's 2.
God, disgusting.
I have a problem.
You play good characters, your problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that 6% weak hit jab 3 is wild. I think that overall kind of try to recognize when your opponent is giving you this the respect on shield, because a lot of even the most aggressive characters have very different out of shield games than their offense. Like Falcon's out of shield threat is his shield grab. If you mess up the bear spacing, or if you do something else that like is in shield grab range, that's how he enforces you not hitting his shield. Outside of that, it's just kind of like rolling away on tall characters, like aerials out of shield quickly to like just get a hitbox out and just escaping.
Yeah.
So even though he's aggressive and he's running at you really fast, once he's shielding, you can kind of like take your time. You can like poke his shield, just wait to see what he does. You can, tomahawk him without. He's not gonna like reversal counter hit you with like Game and Watch up you out of shield, right?
Yeah, only Game and Watch can do that.
Right, it's a character specific thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, or maybe ZSS, maybe Nair out of shield. If you go like if you're in the air is a big opener, right? But grounded, it's just like escaping or grab or like, drop shield CC something. So you don't have to give them the hit. Like if you hit their shield, that usually evokes a response, either defensive or offensive, because it's a timing cue. The good news is that Bacon is really good at hitting their shield when you're actionable. So you can keep them in that really weird, like, wait, my opponent's actionable, but something hit my shield. Out of habit, my hands want to do something. Whatever the option is, they want to do something at this timing. So like your platform pressure, right? It's a trap. It's a shield drop trap when you have that Bacon, because you want to shield drop right after you shield something. That way you can punish your opponent. You can hit them. You can get away, but with that Bacon, it throws off their timing. So not giving them that, and in a more general sense, without character specific stuff, not giving them that stimulus to be like, okay, I'm going to shield drop, or I'm gonna roll after I get hit on shield. Just not giving them that means that they sometimes get stuck in shield longer than they want to, and then
at that point I can do like the Pikmon baking grab that it's kind of buggable at that point.
Right. Or you can
things I'm working on. Yeah.
Even character general things like you can just tomahawk. You can just kind of, depending on the opponent, you can literally just wait and be like, okay, I'm out of shield grab range. How long are you going to sit here and just get information?
I agree with this.
Yeah. Let's see. Then you have the other. I think the only other big thing would be the just.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna start doing that. Just think about it.
Realize the platform isn't a great position to be in, but you do have multiple options. You still have a lot of ways to mix up your movement on it. Hell, if you wanted to stay on the platform, but just kind of like, if you wanted to short-term escape the platform, you can like short hop B reverse Bacon if you're expecting like a specific timing on the sharking up air, right? And then, he's missed the up air. You have a little freedom to move around. And I want to stress that the runoff B reverse Bacon is not a bad option, but just when it's the default option, anything becomes easier to beat because that's one less question they have to ask. Because this game is complicated, right? You have to ask yourself, okay, what is this fast as hell character with hella good aerials going to do? Is he going to full dashing short hop at me? Is he going to dash dance? Is he going to dashing shield stop, short hop drift at me? Is he just going to run up and grab me from half stage? And then you have to pick your option. You have to execute that option. You have to, assuming you were right, you still have to execute more stuff. Like giving. Let's say if he never if he never dash dance, you don't have to worry about that. You have one less option to worry about, and it's a lot easier. If he never run up shielded, then you have one less option to worry about. The game becomes easier at that point when he doesn't enforce those additional options. So having that breadth of options is here, like, you could be going here. Well, assuming he's on the left, right? You could be going there for the Beer's Bacon. You could be going like running and then shield drop. You could be, run off and up air. When you have those other options.
I think like the up air there is kind of like the same thing, right? Like I'm just like still in the same position and I'm still in a lag. Like it doesn't really solve me anything. Like I think that's like strictly worse than the Bacon. Then the fall off Bacon, because I'm like on a shield drop, yes, but on like drop shield run off up air, I think it's like not good.
That's fair, but my primary point would be that the movement of these two options is different, right? Between shield drop and then like run off, because especially if you start using different options, he won't know that you're going to be reverse Bacon. He'll have to hit you, especially if you're kind of stuck under here, right? He'll have to hit you beforehand because Bacon on shield is really good for you, or Pan on shield is really good for you. Mm-hmm. So once you enforce those options, that's when you get hesitation. That's when you get like confusion. That's when you get mistakes. Like
Yeah.
if all he has to do to get you off to hit you for getting off the platform is knee a very specific spot, which is hard. If he has to knee this spot to kill you when you do run off bacon, he'll even if he makes a mistake, he will make more mistakes on that knee if he has to also worry about other options. I'm just kind of drawing lines, but other options.
I mean, like I think this is important.
Okay, let's go ahead and watch the DNL set now.
Perfect.
Okay, we go to FOD. Okay, sick. So yeah, that's again first example of just kind of the back air on shield.
Mm-hmm.
See, and he wasn't even his judgment of the shield grab might even be a little wrong because he shield grabbed the second one. So if you keep it ambiguous, it's still really good.
And also he CC'd that shouldn't have been a down throw.
There's something about when you're baiting tech options, not just you, but just when people bait tech options, whether it's platform or like jab reset, a lot of the time it's very hard to wait long enough to hit them. Like it's just a very common habit for people so let's say somebody's, I can't think of a good Game & Watch example, but you've hit somebody in the air and they're in tumble, they have to tech on the platform, right? I see a lot of the times I see people will basically try to hit them ASAP, and they'll go up to hit, and they'll just be invincible. The opponent will be in their whatever tech they chose. So,
yeah.
So
I try to wait for those with bacon thing.
Right, between bacon,
and
between your frames,
and at that point it's like they are not getting hit, but maybe they'll eventually be hit. I'm not gonna get reversaled by that.
Right. Same thing with this jab reset, where you have a lot more time than it feels like. Even though I know you said that down throw was kind of an error, but going for the jab reset and stuff, at that point, if you're going to commit to the jab reset, just be careful not to kind of like jump the gun, as it were.
Well, I like reacted to my mistake. Like I'm pretty sure I tried to forward throw. Well, what the fuck did Donnie do?
Dash attack. I think a fair actually would have comboed there for him, but that's a weird position. In what world do you react with fair in that way? That'd be wild.
Only he would. He CC shield grabs everything. He's like the most technical Ganondorf that does not move.
Wait, why is he shield grab? Wait.
No, he shield grabs and buffers ASDI down.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I thought you meant the other way, like CC, and then after getting hit, pop up shield and then grab. But yeah, that's just a good thing you can automatically do against some characters and at low percents, right? It's just every time you grab, like Strive, right? You can OS the PRC when you whiff a grab and Strive. And it's just an improvement you can make. It's not as like 1-for-1 in Smash because there are different moves that beat CC. You're actionable for less time, or you're punishable for more time, etc. Okay, good sniff on the whiz kick. He did that. He does that at 0. I think another stock this game too.
I'm so good at the video game.
You have a 1 in 3 chance. I didn't even notice the first time. Good lord.
That shouldn't have been up.
That was like the frame. That must have been the frame before. That was truly wild.
Which situation?
You get that down tilt. You get right before he goes active.
Yeah.
It just looks really funny.
A lot against with withdrawal with Squirtle. It's like I guessed correctly, but whoops.
I like your pressure here. I know that air dodge was an error, but I like the general way you get him on this plat. And Ganon kind of has the same problem Game & Watch does here, where it's, except without your up air, without shield drop up air, where it's like, I'm right off the ground, what do I do? You try to jump out, you get clipped by bacon.
He doesn't have options to turn around. He has hover, but
okay. Yeah, that's making the already slow commitment much slower.
Yeah, exactly. Like he has less options than me. Bad character.
Right. I'm just using it to showcase that, like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch that again. That silly ledge grab. But it's a very bad situation for almost the entire cast, but especially the characters with slower aerials. Good God.
I'm not gonna be the one.
As soon as that happens, it's like, okay, someone's getting owned. As soon as y'all start moving again, someone's dying. Yeah, caught your wave dash out of shield. That's just I think that's probably just a comfort thing. Because this is not.
Go on.
Yeah, because this is not a frame trap, and you know that. It's just like you don't. People usually don't get hit by this, don't shield this, so the small amount of shield stun is just a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I know you just died to dash attack there, but I like that you're jumping more because you realize your shield was super low, and that you need to start like actively contesting space, and that staying grounded means you don't really have. Like, usually the biggest advantage is shield, but with Ganon, even just a shield poke could kill you there, so you gotta, like, be more aggressive, which is good.
I usually try to avoid the jumping against Ganon because up air. But, yeah, sometimes you have to.
Yeah. One, to, like, threaten the option, too, just because if your shield is starting to get that low, it's starting to get risky.
Okay.
Oh, that's something I think could be, maybe not on purpose interesting, but interesting. If he clashes with the bacon, then he's in the air for longer, and he's already a slow character.
Oh, I see.
I don't think it's something you could like do on purpose, but just I hadn't thought about that. I love the tip man of the weight. It's still Game & Watch. Good DI there. Choosing right is what keeps you alive. Like I was saying with the knee thing, or yeah, being at 80 sucks, but like DIing left here into fair kills you. So you just take the hit as best you can.
I don't know why I be reversed out.
Yeah.
The video games.
Something I think against characters like Ganon who can't cover the space below them quickly and or for a long time. I know this is obviously like a tense situation. This is a really good moment to up B out of shield.
I agree.
I know that was fast, so it's not like you reacted and then just chose grab for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
But in a kind of a general sense, it's scary at kill percent against Ganon because the up air will kill you if he sharks you with it. But in a kind of general sense, like you do have a tool to prevent him from doing that. That's another good use of incidental CC from DNL, where it's like the Gatling combo just doesn't work because holding down at the end of dash attack, right? Yeah, that's when I realized it was 3.6. Like, wait, no, this is absolutely 3.6. That's bucket breaking.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what country this was. Trucker Hat's on his globe-trotting quest to make all of Europe play 3.6 instead of P+.
They killed my character, dude.
The Game Watch did get done real dirty. Like, it's one thing to nerf a character. It's another thing to be like, man, when all the Game & Watch players picked up Ike, I wonder why.
That was down bad.
Yeah, that was really good awareness that, you know, the Ganon, the Falcon is going to do down B there. Just as the kind of, like, hopeful, and you just kill him for it. Because if they don't, then you can just chill. Like...
Yeah.
You're not getting hit for it if they don't whiz kick there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just go back to ledge and chill. Same thing with the down smash. This is something maybe to keep in mind, but this is not like a big problem. It's just a tiny aspect of the move.
Oh, that down smash?
No, the Ganon down smash, the first hit on shield being like tiny shield stun. And
I can go. Okay.
Just being careful moving out of shield because he will be jabbing, because that's probably hit a fair number of people, even if it's low reward. You know, it keeps it from being. Oh my, that was disgusting. The B reverse bacon, like that's the kind of thing I'm talking about when like it doesn't have to be the low FOD plats. Like if you had like run off.
I was banking on that poking. Like pan Gatling. I was banking on that to poke.
Yeah, that's a good call too, because even though it didn't, you're still in a very advantaged position. Now Ganon has to jump, right?
Or neutral, or neutral.
But his shield is low.
True.
So what I was saying earlier, when your shield was low, you had to start being aggressive, even at high percent. When Ganon's shield is low, he has to also start. He already kind of wants to jump, but now he has to. Like he doesn't have the option of shielding and out of shielding something. So that opens up a lot of your overshoot options, a lot of like options that like normally he could just shield and like make it difficult for you, like back air. You can drift into him fully with back air. You don't have to worry about like getting shield grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is an example of like the plat movement, like I was talking. Because you shield drop, be reverse baconed, you managed to keep the threat down. You didn't have to go all the way over there to threaten that area, and it was much faster too, which throws off the timing. He really likes Whiz Kick a Zero.
Yeah. The tipper is positive. Like it's like +9, I think.
Wait, what? Huh?
Well,
Can you
the tipper, like the last hit, it's positive.
Can you just one more time? The tipper of Whiz Kick is +9 on shield.
I think it was like +9. Like Ukulele did the research.
Oh
like
no!
TXT on Ganon's training data.
I see why he's doing it now. God,
yeah,
that's
like,
cursed.
You're learning the game.
This is why I stopped playing. I don't want to know more about the game. This is not why I stopped playing, but.
Oh, I didn't know you retired.
Yeah, part of it was just because like, just some like personal stuff. Nothing awful, but just.
That was an upbeat.
That's like the best one to get too. Like I'll still play it a little bit, but I don't really want to compete anymore.
That's completely.
Okay, yeah. Punish the bad shield grab. Hold ledge. Yeah. Yeah, that's the good thing about a lot of your strong moves, like F smash obviously right there, but even down tilt, if you start it in shield grab range and then it pushes you out of shield grab range, you can catch a lot of people that are like not familiar with it or like hoping for the shield grab and then punish them for it. So if you can keep it ambiguous, even if they don't shield grab, perfect. That was a great CC down tilt.
Not dead.
Yeah, but like this is the kind of thing I'm talking about when CC not only keeps you from getting knocked back into that bad position over here. It's not awful, but it's like not good. You also get the hit on him. And in this case, with all the sliding, you don't really get a follow-up, but it's still good. You get bacon pressure. Like it.
I think if I can like manage to put on something under his landing, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is look at this pan. Look at this bacon. It land cancels because you got pushed off on shield. That's absolutely disgusting.
That would be reversed for no reason.
Now you should have kept the apple there.
Yeah, I didn't notice that was a 0.
Yeah, save it for later. It's a snack. Okay, what is happening?
Yeah.
He's in your head, dude.
It was like 4?
I think 4. I think you even shielded 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah, the good news is you can sweet spot pretty consistently. Yeah, he's just kind of... He's not even trying to go off stage at 0 here. Oh my god, that has some beef behind it.
The FGC nod.
Yeah, the head nod. They're like, yep. All right. I think Battlefield's the good stage here, frankly. He can use the plats, but like Game & Watch on Battlefield is a powerful entity of destruction.
I also think it's again the best ones, but I think it's my second best, and he banned my best, which is the ones we've been playing earlier.
Dang, even on CC, so much momentum there. I like your bears out of shield here. Because like on the one hand, like it is the option that you're gonna do, and he knows that. But the other hand, like you don't have much of a shield left, so you kind of have to. It's either that or escape to the plats, which you need a little more space to do. Okay. Yeah, see, that's another good example of your movement on the platform. It's slightly different from the runoff beerverse, but here the wave dash back, drop, bacon. It gets you more likely to get that bacon angle, or not doesn't make you more likely, but it gives you more bacon angles that will get over the platform and cover you. It also gives you different momentum. I've talked a lot about it, but it's basically just a different thing. Gana's not fast enough for it to matter in this exact instance, but it's good to like get used to it.
You see what I mean? That he sees it then shoots.
Yeah.
He sees it like every time.
That's how he kills you. Hell, that was actually even a tech. He was late on his shield too.
He's the most technical Ganon player I've ever seen, and he doesn't move. Every mid-level Ganon player, I can hover, I can float thing, and yeah, okay, good for you.
But nice tech. Have you considered CC grab? It is kind of hard to remember to do. Okay, he's gonna down B here.
He doesn't miss Shagan, dude.
No, he learned his lesson. Okay, good. This is a good example of. That's actually a good example as well a second ago of that attacking the plot too early thing I had mentioned. Also, good punish on the whiz kick. Here, you attack it too early of a timing.
I thought I would reach.
You did reach, but it's just the timing of his invuln.
No, the thing is that I thought my nair would hit him before, not that
Oh, I see.
I wasn't trying to predict the tech.
Gotcha. That's something actually that you can with this setup. This one's ambiguous, but if you see he's going to the plot anyway, you don't need to hit him beforehand, especially with your nair. Good lord.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't need to be fast because he physically has 4 options, right? And none of them beat.
I think I covered 3, because I didn't cover right.
Yeah, that's true, but you can cover the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
Especially on lower plats, like the side plats or PS2 plats.
Wait for it.
Yeah, I think sometimes you do need to just fair from ledge, but try to control your drift a little better. Because when you do fair from ledge, especially because you know this is all he wants is the grab, try to not drift in too much with it. Nice call out.
He does not want to move.
Yeah. The good news is that makes all your stuff a lot better. If you know where he's going to be.
Sure.
Okay, he called you out that time, but that was, I think, one of the first times he's explicitly called, taking the beautiful upbeat. Taking the movement option. This is the kind of upbeat I'm talking about, though. Your character has ridiculous burst movement where he's above top plat, and you send him into tumble with no jump, and now it begins, right? No jump.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you haven't punished him for going out of shield super hard yet. Okay. Something that the fastest way to get people to remember how they if you're trying to condition him to stay in shield, right? The fastest way to do that is to take his stock for moving out of shield. If you just hit him with a stray fair for getting out of shield, then it doesn't stick out in his mind as much.
Okay.
But if you get him with the more specific the option, again, the less likely it'll hit, sure, but the more specific the option, the more it'll stick out in their head of oh, they didn't just punish my roll, they charged F smash and I rolled into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to roll for a little while, or I'm going to be really careful about it. Versus, and once you do that, you can really kind of cash that in by going okay, well now that I know that they're thinking about that option. now that gives me the freedom to tomahawk, right? That gives me the freedom to do that, exactly that. To throw off your timing.
Now I die.
It's fine. No! Okay.
No,
You scared me.
He does it again.
Okay, he wasn't.
Backer, I think. Or...
Yeah, just encroaching on your space. But, yeah, so I think, especially against a player like DNL, he seems very committed to just doing his game plan of, like, oh, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna
see ukulele versus like the guy I told you I want to beat. Mm-hmm. They don't move. They will like stay like one stays on one side, the other stays the other. They like walk sometimes. It's like nah, bro. They walk back.
They play Samurai Showdown just.
Exactly.
They're convinced that they have like stamina mode with 1 HP. Like the risk is too great. But yeah, I think, especially against players like DNL who are very willing to play their way, or with a slower character, like you don't have to worry about the threat zones near as much as Trucker had, right? Or Falcon in general. Mm-hmm. You don't need to worry about, like, yeah, I guess Whiz Kick +9 on shield. That's, oh god. The more I hear about your fun facts, the less they're fun. I want to purge my knowledge of some of these facts today. But
I'll remember to not say them.
No, they're fun. I'm playing it up. Outside of those very specific situations, kind of if he's not willing to move and like engage with you in this dash dance game very heavily, that gives you a lot more freedom because you're the faster character. So mm-hmm. The spacing is in you. If he's not going to move, the spacing is mostly up to you at that point. Mm-hmm. So that gives you a lot more leeway. He's by definition at that point reacting or like waiting. Even if he's firing in place, he is waiting for something to change. He's waiting for it to miss and you to run in behind it, and for him to have to do something defensive. He's waiting for you to, like stop jumping, and then he does something else. Like you don't have to attack him constantly, but you are the one setting the pace. You are the one who is deciding what happens. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like, I feel like what you mean by like he wants to play his game plan is like he wants to, I don't know what the word is in English. Like make the game slower.
Yeah. Kind of drag you down into his kind of slower, exactly. What he's used to.
Yeah. I need to figure out how to make that faster.
Yeah, and you don't
like ZSU Tennis is a lot easier, but yeah, my ZSU isn't as good as my Game & Watch as of late.
I think a minor clarification: you don't have to play faster to throw that off. You can play just as slow, and that could still mess him up. But just so long as you're aiming at the spots that you think will hit him, as long as you're. That sounded super generic. If you playing with more intent is kind of
him before he hits you.
Right, but especially if he's playing slow, there's no rush. You don't have to. You're not on a time limit between Ganon movement and DNL's like willingness to just wait for shield grab, wait for CC grab. Mm-hmm. You don't have to. He's not going to force the situation. You can approach it at your leisure, basically.
Okay.
So that's one way that kind of playstyle really can be effective, especially in tournaments and intense sets. Is because, whether it's last stock or it's, at a major or at a regional, like, oh, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And then you get a little sloppy. You get a little, a more aggressive. You're playing more with your hand than your head at that point. And there's a time and a place for that, but doing it unwillingly or unconsciously is not either.
But you mean like the playing with the intent to slow or without?
There's playing on autopilot. There's a lot of situations where playing on autopilot is a good thing. Like, for example, up throw.
I like those.
What's up?
Round one pulls.
Yeah, like early matches, even in a high level match, like you don't need to think about up thrown air super hard against like Spaceys at 120, right? You can just do it. It's in your hands. That gives you more time to like take like a short mental break, especially if it's going to kill anyway. Take a short mental break. Like you don't have to think about what they're going to do because it doesn't matter what they're going to do. You're doing your thing. You can even just like if DNL is waiting and you're kind of like not sure what to do, you can just chill. You can just wait. Between Ganon and DNL, what's he going to do? Right? He's going to run at you. Okay, cool. He's running at you. That's you've made him do something.
He's gonna plus that.
That takes super specific spacing, I hope. So
it is.
So at that point, you can just that can be all you think about. Just stay out of +9 range, and he has to. It's a slow move by the time he gets there, so he has to kind of hope that you're still there. And if it's at the very tip, if you back up even a little bit, you're not. And he's an end lag of whiz kick, and he's just given you a punish, based on man. I really hope Glenn doesn't back up 2 inches. If he doesn't, I'll be so plus.
Yeah.
So that's a big risk he's taking. So like you don't always have to be approaching. You don't always have to be defending. Well, okay. Against slower characters, you can just kind of chill out. Like again, the bigger the stage, the easier. But if he's just like over here under the right platform, and you're just over here, you can just think about stuff. You don't have to run at him. Like you don't have to try to confuse him every waking moment. You can just wait. Like especially in PM, there's literally a timer. But I mean, how many times have you seen the timer go to 2 minutes, let alone 0?
Not with Game & Watch ever.
Yeah, not with Game & Watch, and also just nobody plays like that.
No one plays the game well.
Well, a little bit, but like nobody. The timer is big enough to not be a pressure tool.
Exactly.
Unless you're on like Hyrule Castle, right?
I don't want to play in Hyrule Castle.
I've played like 5 tournaments that's in Hyrule Castle. I'm undefeated on that stage. I timed out an Ices on Hyrule Castle. It was beautiful.
No, that's cool. That's you're the man.
As soon as you heard Ices, you're like, wait, okay, I'm cool with this now. But yeah, I know that especially in like longer sets where you go to like game 3, 4, 5, longer games where it's like, oh, you're 3.5 minutes in on like you still have like 4 stocks between you. You can it's very easy to subconsciously like get into the mindset of like, oh, I need to change this. I need to do something, especially if you're behind. But you got time, right? Like for how fast Smash is, 6.5 minutes is a long time. This is an eternity. If what was it? It was LTC 3, I think. I played Mr. L's in pools. I think he double 4-stocked me. He definitely 4-stocked me super hard. And then he like either 4-stocked like JV, like just demolished me. That took maybe 2 minutes. That felt like it was an eternity.
Was it the double 9?
I don't think it. He probably got 2 9s in the same game. That sounds right.
Okay.
It was bad. It was like if there was a double 9, it was probably on me. Yeah. But my point being, that was 2 minutes. That felt like a super long time, and it kind of was. But at the same time, like 2 minutes is just not that long. You can chill for 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you,
I think that's like one of my biggest flaws as a player, that I feel like I have to go in. I'm trying to change that. I also eventually want to learn how to play the more campy game. I think I want to learn it and learn how it works. I guess the other day I was playing. I don't know if you know Mini Boule.
Oh yeah, Mini. He's rad.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And European semis. And
you don't gotta qualify it. He's good.
Yeah, totally. And I was playing. Well, since it was P+, I played Zoot Suit, right? Mm-hmm. First game, so it was like Minnie's like a top player here, and it was like it was going to like even games, like feeling cool. 30 minutes go by, like after, and then he like stopped approaching me. I had no idea what to do. And then I was like, yeah, I know, I understand what you're doing. I don't know how to overshoot most of your things.
right?
I need to learn how to chill, I guess.
And that's on a fast character too. Imagine like a Ganondorf being like, "Wait, I have to approach what?"
He made the mistake in the character select screen.
he made his choice, and he will be buried alongside his sins.
Not my fault.
But yeah, it's aside from just giving you a little bit of a break, like it takes it off of your shoulders to do something. And like, don't just like roll to ledge and hold shield, but like like hold your ground for a little bit. Just
no, I know what you're saying.
It also puts some responsibility on them. Like they have to come up, like you're saying, like wait, what do I do if they're not engaging with me in this way that I'm used to? So it becomes a very like it's legitimately really confusing. Like wait. Oh, how do I approach Ivysaur if they're not bearing at me or something? It can catch people off guard, and then if they're not,
I think Ivy's offensive game is not even that good. It's just that.
Yeah, I was talking with an Ivy about that the other day. Even it's very strange.
My hot take on Ivysaur is I think she's like top 10. I do not think this character is good.
I think that's a little bit of a spicy take for me personally. But I definitely don't think she's top 5.
No, why would she be near top 20?
Okay, I think near top 20 is a little extreme. Okay, this is a different conversation, but you're wrong and I'm right. No.
Okay. You're the top 10 player. I'll shut up.
I'm not a top 10 player.
You used to be.
Debatable. You're wrong and I'm right. But anyway, like you don't that pressure you feel to like change the situation, that's a time pressure that you're kind of like putting on yourself when you do feel that way. So you can just kind of be like, how do I approach Ivysaur? Let me think about it for a while. Like just hop over here, maybe shoot the gun a little bit, just like a little mindlessly, just to like that way Ivy can't heal forever, but like, just think about it. Be like, how does Ivy, like what am I getting hit by? What do I have to approach for like 10, 15 seconds? Be like, okay, that's a little breather. Maybe try again, try something new. Maybe try something at the same thing at a different timing or a different spacing. Like, there's tons of tiny differences you can do in Smash. So you don't have to... There's a lot of, like, broad brushes you can paint with. Like, Ivysaur Fair is awful for approaching most of the time. But, with all the tiny things you can change, you don't have to make a big change to, like... Let's say, like, how to get an Ivy. You don't have to have a new game plan. You can just, have one more option and then start mixing up the timing of those options, mixing up the spacing of those options, and that can be enough.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this. It's I'm just getting it through my head that like mixing is a thing and I should not play my flowchart.
Yeah, it can be easy to kind of fall into the trap of like, my fairs aren't working against DNL, but it's a lot to think about during a set, but maybe like looking back on a VOD or like thinking about it between games or between stocks, like my fairs aren't working right now. Am I being predictable with them? Am I only doing them short hop and he's full hopping over them? Am I only doing them full hop and he's like short hop up airing me? Like, there's so much variance to even like one move because it's so connected. All your movement is connected. All their movement is connected. Like the timing and spacing of your move, the platform, it's beautiful. So even with the same move out of the same short hop, doing it at a different timing might be enough. Doing it, at a different spacing. Even just doing the exact same thing but adding a new option. Like adding a full hop nair sometimes just to like hard catch out that full hop, like makes him stop doing it, and then the fair works again. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel when something isn't working. You have to change something and become like more aware of what's happening, but you don't have to be like, if fair isn't working, I can't use fair at all. What do I do without fair? Like then that kind of starts spiraling.
I'm like in overload. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I think I probably rambled long enough about this, and I apologize.
I apologize.
But to kind of recap, to get off the platform, you have a ton more options, and in that same vein, you also have the options of timing. if, like, let's say you're stuck on the platform against Falcon, right? If as soon as you're actionable, you run off, do this, that gives him the timing and the spacing. If as soon as you're actionable, you run off and be reversed, or you shield drop, that gives him the timing but not the spacing. If as soon as you're actionable, plus some variable number of time, you do one of these options, it becomes a lot harder to, like, get a clean hit on you. Try to be a little more conscientious of CC from your end, where what you can CC, even if it's still a knockdown, just to kind of be in a marginally better position. Be careful with your bears. It's especially noticeable against Ganon because Ganon and DNL especially, it's not like moving and shield. It's not like run up shielding to throw off your spacing. You're just kind of like your drift is a little off.
Okay, like I'll work on that.
Yeah. I think that's the most of it. Your Game & Watch is very solid. I love your platform pressure. I really can't overstate that enough. Like, that's the kind of thing that makes me auto-ban Battlefield.
Oh, I thought you were going to say FD, and I would attest to that.
I misspoke.
Go to hell.
I love this matchup, and I love this matchup on FD, because Short Hop doesn't get over F Smash. It's the stupidest thing in the world.
That's a very specific thing to be.
Yeah, we're playing Street Fighter. You got a full hop over this move. this KOF Short Hop. Get it out of here.
It is an LK. HK. God damn it. Like the forward smash. It's like
Yeah, I just like standing around now. Just like, get out of here. What are you doing?
You're done.
You're done. But I think. Anything else?
No, I don't. I can't really think of anything else.
Sick.
I'll definitely do another session once our tournaments go back. Like, we had one, but Santi was sick that day, so we couldn't bring the streaming setup.
Gotcha.
And I also went mostly 0-suit because I was sleepy. And
that's a mood. Just play the fast character. It's easy.
I was sleepy. Somehow. And I got crushed by a California Luigi player.
California Luigi player?
Yeah, he comes. It's not Blub. It's just a guy that moved here. His name is Quentin. And,
cool.
And he's like, I think he's like not known in the U.S. He like came and like played third in that tournament. He like crushed.
Hell yeah!
Like Paul DeCap is like one of the best players here. He like 3-0'd him too.
That's awesome. I love it when like scenes get shaken up to get lively. It's rad.
Yeah, it was great. He's also a pretty cool guy.
Sick. Before I forget, you're talking about booking sessions until the end of September, which I believe is just until like midnight tonight.
Yeah. Tomorrow's September.
Tomorrow's October. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's 8 a.m. Almost 8 a.m.
Oh, gotcha. I think it's going up Eastern Standard. So if you book, I think the code is, I believe, meaty50.
You should probably not say that on stream.
No, that's the code for Medify. They made the code, not me.
I thought it was like something confidential.
No. If you book until for like the next, if it's 1 p.m. on the East Coast, for the next like 10, 11 hours, if you book on Medify with the code meaty50, you'll get half off. And
you heard it here first, chat.
Yeah, because they have like a redesign of their like little mascot who's named Meaty. I know, but it doesn't have to be for like tomorrow. You can just book it for like January if you want.
Okay.
So if you know that you're going to have some more follow-up sessions, you can book with that, and we can always reschedule if something comes up.
Once I have like actual tournament footage, because like that was a joke, and for like I get especially in the trigger headset, I get away with a lot of stuff, and that's like not really PM, and I think that like obviously like tournament pressure and it just being like normal PM is a lot better for.
Yeah, it's a lot. You get more significant like information, and like what cracks first when you get nervous. What makes you nervous? Stuff like that. Aside from the frame difference.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
if you know
I
that
think
you're gonna have some VODs within the next month or two, you can go ahead and just use the code. Just book for
fantastic.
somewhere like, if you want to be safe, you can just book for somewhere in November, and you probably have VODs by then. And if you don't, we can just reschedule.
Yeah, I'll wait out because I don't know when I will have these. But I'll like I definitely have. I think I already have like 3 sessions already like bought. I just don't know like when to use them.
Oh,
Uh,
sick!
yeah.
It doesn't actually tell me
Brave,
that you
brave
bought the
YouTube
bundle on
guy.
my end. That's weird, but thank you. It's a vote of confidence.
Free of charge.
Hell yeah!
I think this was pretty productive, and I'll definitely like rewatch this after stream's done. Um,
Hell yeah!
thanks, man.
It's my pleasure.
Um, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just thanks. I've only really had like coaching from Triggerhead, and he yells at me.
No! Get out of the abusive relationship, Glenn.
Yes, I.
Here, I'm
But
gonna go ahead
yeah.
and end the stream real quick. And thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully, y'all learned something as well. And
Bye.
book with me at metafy.gg/@fuzz.
Please do.
Please